Welcome to the Kent Lapp Podcast.
I saw some clips of you on someone's podcast. It had something to do with fathers. It was
Oh
does
man,
this ring a bell?
Black Fathers Now.
Black Fathers Now. And you were
Yeah.
talking about your 19 and 16-year-old sons and some of the things that you teach them, want them to know before they kind of go out, you
Mhm.
know. What were there was only a few things.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you remember what that was?
Yeah, of course. It's what are they gonna do to be able to take care of themselves? Right? Because you get so much time with your boys, right? And for you to be able to do your job correctly for your sons, like for my boys, the things I need them to leave with or take. What are you gonna do? Take care of yourself. What is that gonna be?
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna be able to do to take care of your family? And then what are you gonna do to take care of your community? Give back.
Mm-hmm.
And those are things that we never, like when I was growing up, I didn't think about that. You know what I mean? But now, how you take care of yourself. What are you gonna do for you? And that really comes from my mom, and she raised me by herself. And she was tough like that. I was I mean, she's always told me like one day I'm not gonna be here. And you don't want to hear that, but it was imperative to her that I get it. You know what I mean? That I get it and that I know what I'm gonna do to survive.
Yeah.
And so then for your family, right? Because taking care of yourself and then taking care of others, I mean, you got kids, it's a very different, it's two totally different things. I mean, I can sleep on a couch and eat pizza for years, but my kids can't do that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So knowing what you're going to do to take care of your family and then being an active part of society and more so your community. Because so many people just care about themselves. And it's cool. It's funny too, because me and my friends laugh. Have you noticed that everything is tied to a charity now? If you type a conversation, what do you like? Oh, I like to give back. I like to get in the community. Like that it's like a knee-jerk response.
Yeah.
But everybody really doesn't love to do that. That's only in the last 10 years that anybody is talking about that.
It's only in the last 10 years that it's been cool to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So, but in the people who are doing it, we rarely hear about them because you got to go find them. You got to go find them and help them. They don't have advertisements.
Right.
Because they're doing the work.
Yep.
So what are you going to do to be an active member of this thing we call society in your community?
Yes.
And I help them. I tell them it's not your job to know it right now, but I'm here to help you walk through that and figure that out.
Yeah, I love that, man. That's really great. It's good for me to hear with a 10-year-old son. Like we're getting into that. Like,
yeah,
Lincoln's like a little man. You know what I mean? Like he's getting into that stage where I got to start thinking about some of those conversations, some of those values that I need to instill, that I want to instill, that I should instill. And I feel like I don't really know what those are. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm still figuring that out.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear from someone like you that has boys older.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good place to start right there. And it really is, actually, because it puts the expectation. Well, that's a pretty high expectation. You know what I mean? Take care of yourself, your family, and your community. You may or may not be having those conversations with your daughter, but you are with your boys. There's a responsibility there. What it means to be a man in this world. A young man,
true man.
True man. Lots of mistakes will be made, of course, but this is kind of the compass, or like this is where you should be headed.
It's integrity, man. So we in my circles we have that discussion of real man versus true man. And I learned that in therapy, actually, about integrity versus that. And because you hear be a real man, what's a real man? A real man with this and this, but it's being a true man, which is being true to your integrity, which is being accountable to your own greatness.
A true man, you said?
Mm-hmm.
True man.
It stems from integrity. Integrity is being accountable to your own greatness. And being accountable is the first part of it. Your greatness is who you really are. It's a thing that drives you. And I struggled with that at some point in times because you can let things bombard you. You know, and I could have went in any direction with this. I mean, once it got here, there was people with all kinds of, you should do this and you should do that. And smart people. People are smarter than me.
Yep.
You know, but this was born inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent a lot of time trying to make everybody happy with it.
Mm.
That's not being accountable to my own greatness. That's not being accountable to what God put me here to do.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. I'll never get tired of being me.
Yes.
But I might get tired of being you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
or who you want me to be.
Yes, for sure.